O ngai ni malo e tau mau e whiawhini. Ko e wikeni whoki ko tuku mai ngahi hingoa o ki nau tolu o ku nau whakahoko e ngahi ngāue tūki mua pēa mo e ngahi ngāue maongo onga whoki i he hanga nofo ai ka kai whanua. Yes, around 17 Pacific recipients have received a King's Birthday Honours recently to acknowledge and also celebrate the work they do for us here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and of course with our Pacific communities. One of them, first up, is Dr Semisi Pouvalu Taumoepeau, who has been nominated for the MNZM for Services to Education and Tourism. Dr Taumoepeau has been the head of the Tourism Management Department and Director of Pacifica Studies and Relations at the Auckland Institute of Studies, AIS, since 2003. He has developed academic partnerships and pathways between AIS and several Pacific tertiary organisations and with the Tonga Tertiary Institute sector for more than 15 years. We cross to him right now. Toke tā Taumoepeau, welcome back to our Polokalama and congratulations.
Yeah, good afternoon, John, and thank you. Yeah.
Firstly, how do you feel, toke tā, receiving this honour as part of the King's Service Birthday and Coronation Honours?
Yeah, you feel good about the whole thing, especially if it comes from a king, King Charles V. You feel really honoured to see your name on the list, to be nominated. The work that I have been doing for years, for many, many years, and I didn't realize that other people have been watching me and they've seen the long service that I have provided. And I feel really honored, being humbled by the whole thing.
Absolutely, and thank you for your service over the years. As I mentioned in my introduction there, Toke tā Taumoepeau, I mentioned some of the work that you do with AIS. How did it all start for you? How did you land, I guess, your time with working in this particular sector in hospitality and tourism?
Yeah, I work on this particular sector, both in education and tourism, well before I joined AIS. You probably know I was working running the Ministry of Tourism in Tonga for so many years, and I was also running the airline in Tonga for a couple of years. Wow. And at the same time, I was involved in establishing the South Pacific Regional Tourism Organization in Fiji.
Wow!
So many years. And sort of develops local curriculum in the islands to suit the needs of the tourism and the hospitality growing industry at the time. So I sort of joined AIS. I got a background on Pacific tourism, Pacific aviation. So I suppose that helps with me starting off my role at the Auckland Institute of Studies.
Tell us about the importance of tourism to in particular, the Pacific region, because I know that is one of the reasons why we have visitors from all over the Pacific. But how important is it nowadays in this day and age?
Yeah, tourism in the South Pacific, they rely, most of them, except some of the Australian islands that rely on Australia, a lot of them, especially the Polynesian countries, they work very closely with tourism in New Zealand. They rely heavily on Air New Zealand or tourism transportation system here for their visitors to arrive at their respective destination. And tourism, as you know, is big money, big money. You got foreign money coming to the islands from the New Zealand tourists. And my involvement is not only directly with the industry as well. And currently, I still work for doing some projects, doing some consultancy work for various tourism identities in the Pacific. But more importantly, we have got this pathway, and let's take Tonga, for example. We got a pathway where we bring in Tongan students from government institutes in Tonga, as well as the Boat Tertiary Institute. And we put them in a pathway that continues into AIS for their various degree programs and their degree qualification. Up to now, getting a degree either in business or tourism and hospitality is not possible, except if you're going to the University of the South Pacific. So we established this pathway, and we have been very fortunate that we find ourselves, being one of the key learning institutes in Auckland for most of the Pacific students who are interested on studying about tourism and hospitality.
And I'm looking at the descriptions of your achievements, and you've worked on research, and you are still currently teaching, which is a fantastic contribution. What have been, maybe to finish off our Talanoa, what have been some of the highlights of your time in this space? Tau te whito ki he koʻikoeni, the next generation, or those who are going into the sector.
Yeah, first of all, you talk about research, and currently I'm still involved myself in doing Pacific tourism research. It's so easy to look at it. You just Google all the research work I've done. It's all there. It's internet. It's all linked in. But I spend a lot of time working with counterparts in the Pacific, trying to help develop sustainable tourism, trying to help with the whale watch industry, trying to help with servicing, trying to help with giving the correct economic impact studies on tourism. So that is going on. But at the same time, from the education point of view, we develop school curriculum, we develop university curriculum from this end, and at the moment we give them to some of our Pacific partners, and they actually use them in their tertiary institute in the Pacific to teach tourism and hospitality subject. So my involvement really is through education, through training, rather than on the sort of physical, rather than the part of investing and actually being there. Yeah.
Well, we thank you for your service, Malo Apito Mauwhenga Maari. Thank you for joining us on our Polo Kalama. And Dr Taumoepeau, ho eke pamwe kakai whanua, will be on our later on our Polo Kalama. But for now, whawhetai, Malo Apito kaumahi Polo Kalama oi ho wani toke tā Taumoepeau.
Yeah, okay. Malo Apito and Pulu, all the best.
All the best. O whalahiatu, and congratulations. Yeah.